Going on, friends? Lunchtime. So I've had these for a while. These have been out for, I don't know, a couple years now, right? Still says new on the can though, but I've had this for probably a year. Fuck, I don't know. Campbell's Chunky Spicy Steak and Potato. I've got the chicken noodle one also. I haven't tried any of these spicy ones. I just tried their the ghost pepper chicken noodle for the first time maybe a month ago. But I bought these at the same time that I bought that, with the thought that one day I would review them. Well, that day's today. So, let's go ahead and see what we're working with. And I'm just going to microwave it instead of cooking it on the stovetop. For review purposes, it'll be a little bit quicker. There it is. In all its glory, let me tell you. Hope everybody's having a good Sunday, though. So let's see what we got. Let's get her in there. What else? Let's go ahead and read the instructions. Or not the instructions. The directions. Water, potatoes, seasoned beef, beef broth, modified cornstarch product, blah, blah, blah. Some other shit in there. Mushrooms. Contains less than 2% of modified, white flour, tomato paste, salt. Chipotle adobe puree, which includes water, onion puree, chipotle pepper puree, and spices. Vegetable oil, yeast extract, cayenne pepper sauce, nice, okay, which consists of cayenne peppers, vinegar, salt, and garlic, distilled vinegar, flavoring, smoked paprika, caramel color, wheat gluten, hydrolyzed soy protein, chili pepper extract, spice. So they're getting spice from a few different things there. Chipotle, the extract, the cayenne pepper, even the smoked paprika, and the different spices. So I don't know. It says seasoned with chipotle, adobo, and cayenne pepper. That's what it says up there at the top. I know it's backwards, but I just told you what it says. It looks cool. Again, their packaging and everything that they're doing here, I dig it. It stands out for sure from their other soups. So you know exactly which one you're looking for. Let me give this a quick little stir. I gotta be honest, it's smelling pretty good as well. I'm hoping I can taste some of that smoked paprika, because that's a very nice spice when it's smoked. Be interesting to tell if I can detect any smoke out of it. Anyway, it's kind of boring. Just go ahead and just fast forward to probably from 340. We got another minute on the cook. I'm going to have to let it cool down because y'all know I don't like my food temperature hot. I like it spicy hot. So probably another 4 to 5 minutes of me just letting it chill. So maybe fast forward to about the 8-minute mark. Oh, popping. All right, I think she's done. We made a little bit of a mess, but I think we'll be all right. Now that, my friends, is temperature hot. All right, well, let's hold on, friends, bear with me. I'm a mess. You know what I mean? When I do these videos like this. But that's your boy. Okay, we got the soup. It's hot as shit. And I'm eating it with a fork. I don't know why I grabbed a fork, but we're here now. You know what? Bear with me, friends. Empty chair gang. It's a nice view outside. So I figured, you know what? If we're gonna review this, we gotta try the juice, the soup, the broth, right? Yeah, we have to. Anybody tried this before? It looks all right. Moving it around, doesn't look like there's a lot of beef in there though. Looks to be a little bit more potato heavy, which is okay. I like potatoes. But you would think or hope that there would be maybe a little bit more beef in there, but show you kind of what it looks like. A little bit of beef, a little bit of onion. I think that's onion in there. That's the other thing I would kind of, oh, there's mushrooms. Okay, I see the mushrooms. That's what it is. There's no onion. My bad. Yeah, well, no. So it looks to be just the spices, everything, potato chunks, and meat chunks. That's what your potatoes are looking like. Nice drip there for you. Some beef. All right, let's give it a go. Yeah, we're right at about the 8-minute mark when I said to go ahead and just fast forward to there. So let's go ahead for those people and we'll wait another 20 seconds here. It doesn't smell spicy. But again, with these reviews and these products, you know, I'm not looking for it to be a 5 or higher on my scale or to really, you know, get me lit up or whatever. But to be honest, you know, a nice little sweat would be okay, right? Like that's not going to hurt anybody. You know, the general public, the non-chili heads out there, still can enjoy it. Get a little sweat going. Cheers. I think Campbell's is a good soup company. Obviously, they've been around for centuries, it feels like, right? I mean, they're trusted. Those potatoes are delicious. The cook time was right on time. I shut it about 2.5 minutes in the microwave. It said 2.5 to 3. I put it for 3. Once it started popping and making a mess, which I got to clean up after now. Perfect. Letting it sit for about 5 minutes. The beef just breaks away real quick. Just a small little bite on it. Shreds apart real nice. The mushroom has good texture. It's still got a good little kind of bite to it. Not real chewy. This is a good bite right here. We got a couple potatoes, couple of that, mushrooms, and some beef. And that's what it looks like in the bowl. It's got a kind of a brownish red, almost not real burgundy, but coloration to it. Again, I'm tasting none of the smokiness from the paprika being smoked. It's hearty. You can tell if you eat this whole bowl, it'd be a good little snack. Nice little easy lunch. There's no spice to it. Zero. Flavor's okay. It just doesn't have, you know. Yeah, there is onion in there. That's an onion right there. You can tell by just the texture of it. Anyway, I have a hard time with this product now that you know, you can't even put spicy on that for me. I don't, you know, it's hard, and sometimes I feel bad because I don't know, you know, if somebody that just has, the only person that maybe would find this spicy, I guess, would be, I don't know. I don't think anybody would, is what I'm getting at. I really don't. I know I have a pretty high tolerance and I have a pretty good, you know, and in my opinion, though, I can still taste and I can still generally pick up low amounts of spice in things. I've heard other people talk about that their tolerance may be so high or this or that that they just really can't pick up any of those notes. I always have. My tolerance has never really been super crazy good or out of this world, you know, so maybe that's just a different category. And, you know, people with a spice tolerance and that eat as much spicy shit as I do that are right here, you know, maybe we can still pick up spice in things, and maybe when you get to another plateau or something you can't. I don't think so. I'm being facetious a little bit, but I can generally always still pick up spiciness even in the least spicy things. This just has none, absolutely none. Now, I don't edit. I just never cared to really learn how to do it or what, and that's okay. But the other reason that I generally eat the entire contents in my review is because with all kinds of heat, it'll build on itself for the most part. And so if you just take one or two bites of something, you can get an initial heat off of it maybe, but you can't get a burn. You can't get, you know, or if it's going to burn, right? Like you can't get those unless you eat the entire thing, in my opinion. So that's generally why I'll eat the entire cheeseburger. I'll generally eat the entire thing of soup to really be able to tell, is there any spice in there? Again, the flavor on this is outstanding. I wouldn't say outstanding. It's okay. It's good. For a soup on a nice winter's day, this is nice. It's chunky. Again, it needs more beef in there. when you get just a spoonful of the broth, you can see, you know, the little bits of specks of maybe spice and maybe that paprika and other things there, but for sure the broth is pretty warm. Or, I mean, not pretty warm. Has a decent little warmth to it, maybe, you know, but it never really penetrated or got into the meat really, or the chunks of potato. So generally, with like a broth, like a ramen, a soup, you know, generally the liquidity of it, the liquid is going to be what carrying most of the spice and things like this. It's really not that bad. It's not something to really write home about for flavor or for spice. Definitely not for spice. You're not writing home about this. You know, but I mean, at least with their ghost pepper chicken noodle situation, you know, I did that review not too long ago, like a month ago, so I feel like I still have it pretty good in my memory of what I said about it and how I liked it. At least with that, they tried to give it some spice. This to me just seems like they just put that label on the fucking thing to maybe sell something. I don't know. Again, it's hearty. The meat's tender. It's got some flavor in there. I can't discern, you know, oh yeah, that's some smoked paprika, or there's a smokedness to it. The potatoes are soft. The mushrooms have a good little texture to them. They're holding form really well. It needs more meat, in my opinion. It Now that I've finished it, sitting here for what, a minute now, maybe getting close to. There's just no spice. It's not even registering in the throat at all. And usually with like a soup or a ramen or something like this, I'll usually be able to feel some kind of spice if it's legit like a spicy product, or labeled as such. But I'm not getting that at all here, so it's kind of sad. But you know, I don't know, what do these things cost? Like maybe $3 now for a can? No, not that much. Well, a couple bucks now. I don't remember. Like I said, I bought this maybe over last winter or damn near into a year ago, so I don't remember. But if it's $3 or more, it's way too overpriced for what it is, in my opinion. If it's at that $2.50 range to $2 range for a can of that, or $1.50, should be ideal. But again, today's market, it is what it is. But would I get this again? Probably not. I mean, I don't eat a lot of canned soup anymore. But so it's not like I'm buying canned soup every month or every week. So saying that I wouldn't buy it again doesn't mean too much. But it's not good enough to make me ever want to buy it again. Let's put it that way. And again, zero spice, my friends. There's just nothing there. I have a hard time believing that anybody over the age of 18 or 16 or 15 or 14, you know what I mean? But like a young child might find something spicy there, right? But, Anybody who's out there eating fucking Takis and using really any kind of hot sauce on a regular basis, this is not hot or spicy.